I'm Keith,
I'm Logan.
and welcome to Hot Zombie Summer, a Resident Evil review and retrospective podcast where we'll be playing through the main games of Capcom's Resident Evil series in release order.
We'll be talking characters, lore, gameplay, thrills, chills, and everything in between.
Yeah, so please join us, and we encourage you to listen along and play along with us as we go on this journey together.
Welcome back to another episode of Hot Zombie Summer. We are kicking things off with Resident Evil Zero. It's the zero with a little scratch line through it. I don't know
Did
how
you ever
to.
make zeros like that when you were
No,
in school?
it seemed unnecessary. Like, why do I need
Yeah, it
to
seemed
put the
like a little
cross
extra.
through the
Yeah.
zero?
I felt the same about the seven with like the line through it, you know?
Yeah, who does that? I feel like
Yeah, same.
real sickos.
Yeah,
You
real,
know, like who would do
real
that?
number sickos, yeah.
Yeah, so like if you cross the seven and do the zero with a slash through it, I mean that is I just wrote it and it is kind of like Zodiac kind of
Yeah. I
adjacent.
guess if I was marketing a game, I'd want to make it very clear that it was zero and not O. But usually you can use context clues for it. But this game
Right.
was stylized, wasn't zero like spelled out with them with a zero for the O? Am I imagining this?
Was it spelled out with the zero for the O?
I
Um,
feel like what's the
hmm.
logo look like?
I guess I just thought it was I thought the whole logo was just the zero with the slash through it, but I don't think
I think
that's
you're
right.
right. Yeah. I punched up the stylization of Resident Evil
Yeah,
Zero.
you're like the game was maybe deficient, so I made it seem cooler. We'll talk
Yeah, it
about
would have
that.
been better on the GameCube if we
Yeah,
would have stylized the logo a little bit more. So
edgy marketing. But yes,
yeah.
Resident Evil Zero released for the Nintendo GameCube back in 2002 has since been ported to a lot of systems. We played this on the PS5 for our review of the game.
Yeah, so we played the HD remaster version.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So the plan in this episode is to get through some of the development notes, talk about the origins of the game, which I think are interesting. We'll spotlight the characters in the game that we ha are encountering. Talk a little bit about some of the new mechanics in the game, which were pretty unique to this installment, and likely conclude with the first area of the game, the train. I was going to call it the haunted train, but that is not the name of it.
Yeah, it's the
Uh,
Ecliptic Express. So it's
Ecliptic
Eclipse.
Ecliptic Express. I don't think I've ever
Ecliptic Express.
heard eclipse used as an adjective like
That's an
that.
adjective. I know. It
Yeah.
makes you think of like epilepsy. Like there's flashing
Hmm.
lights on this train or something.
I mean,
But
I think this game did have a warning that there are flashing lights in the game.
oh, for
So
real?
I think so, or
Okay.
maybe I made that up. I don't know. Um, but you
Yeah, I don't know
know,
if they were doing that back then. Because now it's a thing. If there's flashing lights, they'll give you a warning. Be like,
that's
just
true.
just heads up, you might get a seizure watching this game.
Yeah, in 2002, maybe they weren't. I
Yeah,
mean,
there
we
were
had
like
yeah.
100 years of media where there's like you're just on your own. So
Right.
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It may happen. It's an occupational
yeah,
hazard.
yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the development notes. So yeah, start us off maybe with Resident Evil Zero. Where and how did this game come into being?
So we've talked about this era of Resident Evil a lot. So this was kind of post Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 1 was a huge success. Resident Evil 2 was a huge success. And Capcom was like, well, we gotta do Resident Evil as much as possible. So there were many games in development. This was one of them, Resident Evil Zero, what would become Resident Evil Zero. Also, Resident Evil 3 was around this time. What would become Code Veronica was around this time.
Yeah.
And what would ultimately become Resident Evil 4 was in development around this time. So it was officially announced in January of 1999. Uh, it was originally going to be for well, it was originally development for the N64
Right. Right.
because they wanted something for Nintendo consoles. I saw this. I had not seen this before. Are you familiar with the 64DD?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it
The
was
yeah.
Yeah, the 64 disk drive is what that was. So that was like an add-on system that was only released in Japan.
Right.
And it seemed like Nintendo abandoned it pretty quick. So it was an add-on console, which typically aren't super successful, and this was no
No.
different. So I don't think they actually did any development for the 64DD, but that was the original idea, was it was going to be for kind of a slightly more powerful N64, a version of the N64.
Right. And I'm just looking up the 64DD right now. They released in its 2 years of life 10 discs, not even all of which were games, 6 games. So not
Yeah.
super successful or memorable. I don't know how many people remember or pine for Doshin the Giant.
I remember seeing like previews for that. I vaguely remember seeing previews about 64DD in video game magazines in the
Yeah.
late 90s, but I was like, oh, that seems weird. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
it just kind of fizzled out and was only in Japan. The original Animal Crossing, I think, was a 64DD, if I'm
Ooh.
remembering right, or at least was going to
I
be.
let's see. I Yeah, it was proposed for the 64DD Dobutsu no Mori, which was released on cartridge in Japan and later as Animal Crossing on the GameCube.
Okay.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Conceived.
yeah.
Animal Crossing begins at conception. I see. Sorry.
Um, so yeah, this was in development for that kind of N64, 64DD
Yeah.
situation before getting kind of swapped over to the GameCube, codenamed
Yeah.
Dolphin back in the day.
Yeah. It was in development for a long time because this was announced in January of 1999, and then it didn't come out till November of 2002 in
Yeah.
North America and Japan, and March of 2023 in Europe. So almost a 4 full year development cycle, which was quite long for a game at that time.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna super hide my frustration with this game, so that's a long time for a game that didn't turn out to be that good,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Sorry, sorry, Capcom, but yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
it's
like
kind of developmental hell for a while, it seemed like, where
yeah,
they couldn't quite make it work on 64, and then there was like a change in the style of carts that N64 were using, so they were trying to redo it, but then, by 2000, N64 was kind of dying, so that was
right,
canceled, and yeah, re-announced for the GameCube when Capcom signed their sort of semi-exclusive deal with Nintendo early on the GameCube's life cycle.
right, right.
Yeah,
And I think it's interesting that, as you kind of wrote in the notes, the fact that the hardware affordances opened up different possibilities, right? So the kind of cutting down on loading time is what partially enabled the switch dynamic between the main characters we play as. So you get to see how the shift in the hardware development contributes to the game itself, which is a first in the series, right? That character switching.
yeah, that's really the what carried over from the N64 version was the idea of the near instantaneous switch between the characters.
Right. Yeah. And thanks for clarifying that because character switching itself is not new, playing as multiple characters, but doing it by pressing a button is.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So,
Um,
um, but so just a couple more development notes. So the original is going to be it was going to be more of a side story, like Resident Evil 3 was originally conceived to be. So it's going to be two random citizens, and what I saw was they're going to be kind of like punk rock teenager types
named Annie and
named
Billy.
Billy and Annie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, who
All
they're going to
right.
be, and the designs were very like they seemed pretty dated. It was sort of the Final Fight version of Punk Rockers, which was already like a
Yeah.
1980s kind of
Yeah.
version where they had, mohawks and torn shirts and
Yeah.
safety pins through their cheeks type of thing. So, yeah. But then they made the decision that like, well, we should probably tie it in somehow into the game. So then Rebecca
Sure.
Chambers came along and they
Yeah.
kept Billy, but he's no longer a punk rocker. They decide we need to make him even less relevant and make him to like a weird greaser type of guy.
Yeah, a
So
greaser
yeah,
veteran in a tank top with major tattoos.
yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
Is very yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to note that, I mean, in the kind of, how Capcom is balancing what Resident Evils go to what platforms discussion. Um, there's this quote I came to in the Alex Anil book, um, Itchy Tasty, which says, quote, Capcom needed to strike a balance between creating a new game that carried the legitimacy of other titles in the series without disadvantaging PlayStation owners who did not own a Nintendo 64. Therefore, Oda and Sugimura decided to go back in time to just one day before the events of the original Resident Evil. So, I mean, like the platform politics are still determining kind of what goes where and what kinds of stories they're telling, which is, I don't know, it's just weird to me. I get it, but it's feels arbitrary and strange.
Yeah, it really does. And there was even after the sort of Resident Evil became exclusive, quote unquote, for the GameCube, even though it didn't last super long. There was a quote I saw from the manager of Capcom Studio 3, who was the official developer for this game,
Mm,
Tetsuya Minami. And he was asked outright in the interview I read if they could do the game on PS2, and he said yes, which was kind of funny because it seemed like the interview was setting him up to be like, no, the GameCube rocks, it's so good.
right,
And he's like,
right.
oh yeah, we could do it on PS2, no problem. But he said games with numbers would be on the GameCube. And I thought that was interesting because that was kind of the
Mm,
same messaging that we got around Resident Evil 3 versus Code Veronica.
right,
So they seem to be some sort of again, the console politics or the deal, seemed to be that if a game had a number on it, it was valued more highly by the
right,
console manufacturer than a game without a number.
right. Which is weird. Zero is like a weird kind of sneak around, right? Because, like, is zero even a number? Or is it the absence of a number?
Um, so it's an integer. It's
Yeah.
not a natural number. So there's that.
That sounds, I know that's a category. That sounds really discriminatory.
Yeah.
You're like, it's
Yeah,
not a
yeah, it sounds like
natural
I'm saying
number.
like, yeah, yeah, zeros should, yeah, it should, we can't trust them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, the natural numbers are the counting numbers. So, your ones, your twos, your threes,
But not
but
negative
no, yeah, no negative numbers,
or imaginary.
no imaginary numbers.
No,
Yeah, I get that shit out
no,
of here. So,
no.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
wait
They're
till we
like,
get to Resident Evil square root of -2. That's a hell of a game.
oh, yeah, yeah. That's funny. It's
That'll
just
be a fun one.
Wesker doing math. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is kind of a sneak around kind of way to make this a numbered entry, even though I don't know. I think if just to kind of think about it broadly, when I think people think of the numbered entry Resident Evil games, I don't know how much people think of Zero. I think it's
That's
kind of
interesting. I feel
like
like it gets
kind of
included in
sort of.
the, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if people think of it as a side story, but yeah, I guess it's kind of a counterfactual. This game was good. People might think more
Yeah.
highly of it, but yeah, I
I
don't
guess
know.
we'll get into that with the story and the narrative. It's like how essential is this? Because I mean, to me, one, two, and three are pretty essential. Three more
Yeah,
so just because Raccoon City gets destroyed.
yeah.
This one, I don't think you necessarily need to understand the events of to like, well, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. The stuff with James Marcus is interesting.
It builds up the lore, but not so much in real time. It more builds up the lore and stuff that'll come later on, weirdly
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
But yeah, so but yeah, so that's kind of the brief development history. As far as the characters go, so we kind of alluded to this. We have two main characters in the series, or in this game, I mean. One is a returning character, Rebecca Chambers. So
Rebecca
we saw her
Chambers.
in Resident Evil and Resident Evil Remake, and she is 18 years old. She's a S.T.A.R.S member. She's kind of the official medic of S.T.A.R.S. And I disliked her in this game. I didn't
Uh-huh.
like playing against her. I don't know. I was. I didn't mind her Resident Evil or remake, and after playing this game, I was like, yeah, I don't want any more Rebecca Chambers in my life. I think she's annoying.
She's annoying. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's too much. She's too much. I'm a teenager.
yeah,
She's
it's a
very anime schoolgirl,
it's a
personality
weird
wise.
it's a weird choice that they I mean, I guess that they built this game around her because she was there and was probably the most prominent of the characters who they could build a prequel around.
Yeah,
You know, I like they could have done an Enrico Marini prequel. Like they could have had him as the main character.
yeah.
But that's a
Which could have been
pretty
more interesting because what was he doing?
maybe. Yeah, what
Yeah,
was he doing?
he pops up in random times. You're like, what's going on with you? Why are you here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he's like, see you later. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. You don't learn much about what was going on with old Enrico, but he has a whole story to tell.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and I think to that point, the opposite is true with Rebecca. I don't really think she has a story to tell in this game. Like she's just there,
yeah. She just kind of around.
you know? Like there's
Yeah,
not really development with her character, I think.
that's a good point. Maybe that's why I don't like her. She never seems to like assert herself in any way. She just kind of there and stuff happens, and she just like goes with the flow and
Yeah.
doesn't seem to affect anything. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of telling, right, that in a game where she's the kind of main protagonist, it doesn't really help us recontextualize her presence in the original. Like I
No, it
don't
makes
think
it
we
worse.
yeah, I don't think we
Yeah.
learn anything else about her that we didn't know. And also in the original, she makes no mention of having gone through an entire umbrella training facility and interacting with like a leech god.
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of elf in the room for this remake for me is it's again it's a prequel. So it's gonna be the events before Resident Evil, but then it sort of retroactively makes it not make sense because yeah, why Rebecca went through all this and then she shows up to the mansion and has no weapons,
Yep.
has apparently no knowledge of fighting the zombies, or at least doesn't express any knowledge. She, yeah, like you said, doesn't mention this to any of her teammates or,
Oh,
hey, I know I've killed zombies before and I know how to do it. And yeah, she just is kind of along for the ride with Chris's playthrough. It's very
yeah.
odd.
And I think like I'm willing to grant that prequels are narratively messy, and I think usually are, but they also just remade Resident Evil. So they could have easily, you know, this game was in development for years, so they could have easily shoehorned that in, you know, and said had her allude to anything in this game.
Yeah, it seems like there weren't a lot of like crossover in development.
No,
Yeah,
no,
because even her character model doesn't match up at times.
yeah,
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 because they Resident Evil remake, they kind of made a decision for what her character models look like, and then Resident Evil Zero had to redo her character model to match that. But there's a few cutscenes where it doesn't quite match up. So I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't. Kind of like we talked about. It seems like Capcom's maybe not really talking to each other as much as they should be between the different teams.
yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. One more note on Rebecca. She has a lot of DLC costumes, which is weird, and they're all like kind of um I don't know,
It's all glitter bait.
yeah, more revealing than they probably ought
Yeah.
to be. I mean, she's 18, but it's weird. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
like
very, yeah.
it's like she's in a midriff. She's wearing something with a crop top. She's wearing, you know, a cheerleader outfit. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, especially between all the remakes, you can put her in, yeah, like cheerleader outfits and like a cowgirl outfit and like a dominatrix leather outfit. And yeah, it's all very strange.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's weird. And seeing the DLC still being sold makes me laugh. It's like for $1.99, you can get all four, you know, DLC
Yeah.
Rebecca costumes. I'm like, no
Yeah,
thanks.
you can buy. Maybe that's a sting operation. Maybe it comes with a tracking device on your computer if you buy Rebecca's cheerleader
Oh wow.
cheerleader. Yeah, so you can keep tabs on you.
But then it's interesting because they kind of right wink to that in Resident Evil Requiem, right, with one of the final files you find in the Raccoon City area, right? It's
with the wait,
Wesker's
is that
photo
that's
of,
in the original two though also, isn't it?
I believe it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it is. So this is just, I guess, a reminder that they're like, wink, wink, we're aware of our weird like history with this, but we're also like doing it again.
Yeah, it feels like kind of having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah. So they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's strange.
Yeah. But if you thought we were hard on Rebecca, Billy Coen. What do you think about Billy Coen as a secondary protagonist?
Um,
I'm not
yeah.
a fan.
He's it's just like a weird, yeah, I think like all over the place is probably
Yeah.
a good descriptor. I guess I just don't know. Like I think that they wanted a second character, but they kind of didn't know what to do. And so they were like this guy who's like a dishonored Marine who was accused of murder and was well, he was not only accused, he was imprisoned for it.
Yeah. So Billy Coen is 26 years old. He's a U.S. Marine, kind of like a special forces type of guy. And his backstory that you found right away is that he was uh, accused and convicted of murder and sentenced to death. So
Yes.
he's being transported to have his sentence carried out when he escapes.
Right.
Yeah.
The that's in some ways the attack is like a very good deal for him because he gets to, yeah, escape.
He gets a
Uh,
chance.
he does.
Yeah.
And he hides out on the Ecliptic Express,
The
um,
Ecliptic Express.
which is where he meets Rebecca. Yeah, I feel like this character, at least in terms of personality, is like a worse version of Carlos.
Yes, yeah. Yeah,
He,
he's worse than Carlos and I think worse than Steve, honestly.
ooh.
That's tough for you.
Um,
He's old enough to know better, at least.
yeah.
So,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I will say this. Steve is a bad character, but there's a lot to talk about with Steve. I don't think there's much to say about Billy. He's like kind of got that like negging kind of thing going that feels very dated. Um, I think other than, he gets like his big kind of flashback narrative, right? Where he was intervening in a civil war in Africa, which is not specified which country, which is
Yeah.
not great.
There's like he's in the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his platoon like executes a number of villagers.
Yeah, they just do
Uh,
a war crime.
right. And
Yeah.
so he disobeyed orders to machine gun these villagers, and then he's knocked out. And that's like kind of the whole story, right?
He's on this some special platoon. A bunch of them die, so there's only four people left. He says they're trying to get to like a rebel camp of some kind. And they get there as just like innocent villagers. And he's like,
Right.
oh, but we're gonna go home empty-handed. So we are ordered to open fire. And then he refuses. He tries to stop it. He gets knocked out. And then that's really all you see.
Yeah.
So it's kind of not the implication is he is, I guess, innocent in that he didn't actually pull the trigger on anybody, but it's weird that they never like 100% commit to that in the
Right.
game. Yeah.
And the implication is that he was scapegoated for the
Yeah.
murders, and that's why he's being why he's imprisoned. But like
Yeah, it was like
that's
a
not made
scandal.
clear. Yeah,
Right.
right?
It's not clear, yeah, like who made the scandal and also like and I mean let's be real, they was shot him probably, killed him
Right.
and be like,
Right.
oh, he got killed by the rebels,
Yeah.
if
That's a
he
lot of work
participated. So
to be like, "Oh, we're just gonna blame it on this guy," even though
yeah.
he's gonna
Seems a lot cleaner
say,
just
yeah.
just friendly fire him, frag him. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah. So,
It's this
Billy,
weird thing with this game, and I was thinking about this because this happens a lot in media. There's a sense that, the military brass, the higher ups, like they're evil. They don't care about life and death, and they'll kill
yeah,
innocent people. But the soldiers who are carrying out the orders and killing innocent people, they're cool. It's like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's that weird tension that you get in like a Rambo type of movie or
yeah.
something.
It feels
Yeah.
very, it feels very 2000s, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. It's very action movie-y.
mhm,
The
yeah,
grizzled, like haunted by his past, ex special forces type of guy
yeah.
who's
But
just a general dick to everyone. And that's his main character trait is that he's just a dick. So
yeah, and I just feel like there's that kind of archetype of Billy as a character, but they don't really do a lot with it.
yeah, no growth. He never changes really.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
Rebecca changes her approach to him
yeah,
kind of in an unearned type of way. But yeah, he never really seems to change.
yeah.
But
I guess the most you could say is that they cooperate in order to survive the events of the game. But
yeah.
that's not really rewarding or rich. It's like you already know that's going to happen because of the partner system in the
Yeah,
game.
that's the premise of the game. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, I think the most important character in the game arguably is James Marcus.
Definitely in retrospect and with the wider lore, the most
Yeah.
important character is David Marcus.
Yeah,
And
one
he
of
is one
the
of the founders of Umbrella.
yes,
Yeah.
co-founder and researcher of Umbrella, trained Wesker and Birkin. Not a great guy because Wesker and Birkin he pitted against each other, and so they are positioned as more like rivals in this game.
Yes. Yeah. So he was a researcher at Umbrella, co-founder, and then he was the director of the training facility. And he also, in addition to pitting students against each other, he also experimented on students and staff. So that's also bad. He's
Yeah,
kind of,
that's
yeah,
not great. Yeah,
yeah.
fairly
The,
diabolical.
the
Um,
classic hard ass headmaster type of guy.
yeah, I
Experimenting
mean,
on students.
I guess in fairness to James Marcus, how much of him do we actually see in the game? Not much. It's not actually him.
Yeah, we see some flashbacks with him, and we get a recording of his voice.
Right.
Yeah,
But
but
he's
it's almost like his ghost in a way is
right
there.
because he
Yeah,
was killed in 1988, which is way before this game.
yeah, about 10 years before the game, he was killed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
So James, the reason why he's here, so he's killed in 1988, and then it's basically a repeat of the story from William Birkin. So he's killed by other members of Umbrella
yeah.
because he's getting too powerful, slash they want his research, it's kind of general corporate espionage type of stuff. And then
Yes,
they dump his body. So Umbrella's very sloppy with body disposal. That's
they
one thing
sure
we
are.
and retroactively for Resident Evil 2, we also learned that like, oh my God, no wonder there's an outbreak. There's already an outbreak months before that we don't even know about.
Right.
So
Right.
they dump his body and he's really into leeches. That's his main research focus.
hmm
So he has like a special leech called the Queen Leech. And then that like fuses into his dead body and it like revives him over time and then takes on his memories. So the leeches have like this
Right.
hive mind that then fuses with his memories as well. So then he's here to take revenge on Umbrella generally and Wesker and Birkin specifically. Although really it's just Umbrella.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a wild, like wacko idea, right? Like for the even
It's
for this game
yeah.
series, it's like that's like a leech absorbs his memories and then the Queen Leech's goals become Marcus's goals.
Yeah. And he's when he's killed, he's like an old man.
Yeah.
And then when he reconstitutes as the leech, he becomes like a younger version of himself who looks like an anime supervillain
Oh
or
yeah.
like a warlock or a wizard or something. He has, long red hair and he's wearing like a robe for some reason and he sings sort of operatically. It's it's one
That's
of the
so
things I feel
weird.
like the tone is all wrong in this game because
Right.
Resident Evil 1, we talked about this and 2 and 3, it's really like it's not grounded, but it's sci-fi, right? It at least
Yeah.
has a pretense to this is a scientific experiment, these are viruses. Marcus's character with the leashes, it feels much more supernatural to me. And I don't think it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's fair. I think if there were other aspects of this game that leaned into that, I would be more accepting of it.
it's more all over the place. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem very well thought out. And again, it's a prequel, and we're just introducing new characters that we haven't
Right.
heard of and didn't need to hear of before this. Like no one wondered, like, oh, I wonder if there's a third founder of Umbrella.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't know. Why can't there just be one founder? It's very odd.
It is. And I think part of what makes Marcus so important, which I don't think we need to necessarily get into today, is his character comes up a lot in nine, pretty prominently as
Yeah.
kind of what's going on with Umbrella. It recontextualizes, I think, like why he was assassinated a little bit more. Also, his protege is named in a previous game to nine, not in zero, but like Brandon Bailey is a name that comes up a lot in the later
Okay.
games. And so he was Marcus's protege. And so we've never actually seen that character, but I guess just to kind of draw a through line, which is interesting because it's like this is the game that does the most with Marcus, but they seem to be kind of keeping his specter around.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely gets incorporated to the Wire lore. They don't just forget about him the way they do with Billy. But
Right. And
yeah.
Rebecca, I mean, to be fair, if we're not thinking about the
Yeah, and
movies.
and Rebecca, yeah. Yeah, he actually becomes the most, at least in terms of like mentions, he's mentioned the most games going forward.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
guess,
because he's
yeah,
involved with like the study of the flower in five and stuff like that too. So yeah.
right. Marcus slash Queen Leech slash Final Fantasy looking villain
Yeah, he's
guy.
very JRPG. He's very JRPG villain.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, very strange. So yeah, he kind of looks Castlevania-y, but in a not good way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
We
not
have
cool.
yeah, we have Alucard at home.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
this is really dumb, and I'm embarrassed to admit this. I didn't realize for a while that Alucard is Dracula backwards.
It is, yeah.
I was like, cool French name, and then I was like, whoa.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Okay. You're very
Yeah.
nice. I guess, yeah, I guess I don't know what I thought. You'd be like, you're a dumb
It's one of those things
motherfucker.
where once you realize it, you're like, oh yeah, duh, but I would forgive you. It's kind of like how like the Beatles is a pun, but like people you don't think about that. Like when you first hear about the
Yeah.
Beatles when you're a little kid, you're like, oh, what a great pun. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're just walking around one day and you're thinking, your mind's wandering, you're like, oh shit, the
Yeah.
Beatles, beat,
Beatles.
music. Yeah.
Yeah. Beat.
Yeah.
Beat.
So,
Yeah.
so just like Castlevania.
Just like Castlevania.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I guess our other characters in this game are mostly people we have seen before, and met.
Yeah,
They have a
mostly except
look.
for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we see Wesker again. We see Birkin again. We see their interactions, which is like, I was gonna say it's kind of fun. I don't know if it's fun, but it.
Oh, sorry, I mean,
No, go
yeah.
ahead.
It
Go
feels a
ahead.
little tacked on to me, their interactions.
Yeah, you don't really
Like,
need it.
yeah.
Um, it just kind of fleshes out some of the stuff with those characters, right? Wesker says he's leaving Umbrella, I believe. We see their rivalry. It gives, I think, Marcus Leech a kind of opposing force, right? Because Spencer's not in this game. So it's really just the Queen Leech making life difficult for Birkin and Wesker.
Yeah. Yeah, it does flesh out their characters and motivation a little bit more. Like Birkin is a little more concerned with continuous research, and Wesker is more concerned with I'm done with Umbrella, it's my time to cash out. Is kind of the so you get the sense that they were rivals when they were students, then they kind of teamed
Right.
up, and now they're sort of like going their separate ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's about it. I think if this game didn't have them in it, it would still, it would make a difference, I think.
Yeah, they're kind of inserted. It reminded me, this is maybe a weird comparison, but when there's a sort of lower to mid-budget movie and they're like, okay, we can afford 1 star or 2 stars, but everything with them happens off screen. That's kind of what this is with Albert Wesker and William
Interesting.
Birkin. Like everything
What?
they do is like away from the main action. They're just like in the lab watching security cameras and having little
That's
conversations
true.
about it. And
Yeah,
they never interact with Billy. They never interact with Rebecca. They barely interact with Marcus even. So
right. What movie are you thinking of that does that?
I feel like there's a couple movies. The one that came to mind to me is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, is it? With Dennis Hopper.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
they only could afford him for like a week, so he's just like off screen by himself a lot of times, like going crazy. So but I'm sure there's
Yeah.
other examples of it. But yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. Yeah, they're
Can
like
I go back in time 15 minutes to make a joke that I had to look up so I could make it because I couldn't remember what the game was called?
sure, yeah, go for it.
So if the Beatles are Castlevania, does that make Bloodstained Wings?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I played some of that game. It was fine.
I heard it was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It mostly just made me want to play past Castlevania again.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's yeah,
You
if it's
know,
too much of a yeah, but
yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
let's, yeah, deep cut, deep Konami cut.
Yep. Anyway.
Yep, yep.
You have any thoughts about Wings?
I don't listen to them,
Yeah, I don't really know
and
much about them. I've
and
heard Band on the Run on the radio. I was like, all right, cool.
yeah, yeah. I'm like
But
thumbs up. That's fine. I have
yeah, I'm sure it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Would you rather see Wings in concert or have Wings yourself?
I'd rather see Wings in concert mostly because having Wings myself seems like it would be a nightmare. Seems like it'd ruin your life.
Because, well, why?
Well, I would look at you and be like, "Whoa, what's with the wings?" You know.
Well, you wouldn't be wearing you'd be wearing a shirt, right?
So these are retractable wings that can.
I mean, if you want.
Yeah, I guess if they were retractable wings, I could just fly. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, that'd be
Yeah.
funny if I was like, no, they're not retractable, and you're like, yeah, so wearing a shirt wouldn't help. You have
Yeah,
a shirt
exactly.
and just like
Yeah,
wings.
just wings hanging out. So
Yeah.
yeah, or you
Yeah.
could. It could be a monkey spot situation. It's like, do you want wings? And you'd be like, yeah, I want wings. And you just get like the side, like the colored sides of your hair, the wings. You know? Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say like Buffalo Wild Wings, just like
Oh yeah. Or
sprouting from
yeah,
your
just
back.
yeah.
Like, oh,
Five,
gross.
five honey barbecue up here in front of you, and you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Like
Shit.
you have wings now. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. B
We're
dub
so
dubs. Yeah. Yeah.
we're so
Get
into
it.
talking about anything with this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Get
We're
at
like
us. We
anything to
can.
avoid Time or Resident 0. Uh,
um, we see Marini again, the
yeah, we
leader of
see
Bravo team.
Enrico Marini. I wrote Enrico Marcini. Or no, that's not correct. But yeah, Enrico, he's Rebecca's captain, and he gets in contact with her on the radio a few times and checks in, and he again has this whole adventure that we don't see. He just pops up like well into the game, and it's very, how did he get here, and what has he been doing this whole time?
Right.
There's some
And
odd interactions with him later on.
yeah, he's just like, okay. And then he goes off to do his own thing. And it's like, aren't you
Yeah.
like concerned about this member of your team who's also an 18-year-old woman being like alone with
Yeah, he just like lets her. Yeah.
who he thinks is
Yeah.
like a convicted mass murderer? Like
Yeah.
he's
She's
just
like, I
like,
need to go find that mass murderer. And he's like, okay, good luck. You know.
yeah.
But he's not a good captain. That's maybe why his whole team died. Maybe he's just bad at his job.
He might be.
Yeah.
You also have a theory, right? That he's maybe invoking our favorite Italian plumber.
Well, and that was interesting because he was in the game in 1996, right?
Yeah.
But then I was trying to compare his 96 model to today, not today, but to 2002. And it's hard to tell because it's not very high def, the 96 one. And he definitely has a mustache, but his mustache feels bushier to me in this game specifically.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I was kind of thinking like, oh, do they bring him back just because it's like an Italian guy with a mustache and they're a Nintendo console? They'd be like, is it a nod to being like, hey, Mario, look, it's Mario, but it's Enrico instead.
The
I don't know.
first
Just a thought I had.
the first Resident Evil that's not a remake on GameCube, and they're like, we want to really like zero down or drill
Yeah,
down
we
on the
really want to remake it.
Mario-ness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't you think they
Yeah.
would have had him do something cheekier, like come out of a pipe?
Like going to a pipe. Or when he meets Rebecca the second time, he just like hops on a turtle, like a turtle crawls out of the swamp, not the swamp, the sewer. He's like, look out, Rebecca, and just jumps on it and squishes it.
I mean, that would be hilarious and I think funnier than this game is, which is not
Yeah.
very funny.
That's another problem with this game. It's very much like Code Veronica, it's very humorless, which I think is to its
Yeah.
detriment.
Yeah, even like I mean, 1 through 3 and remake have some humor. This
Yeah.
is very dour.
Yeah, there's like
Very dour.
humor, at least like goofiness, and there's not a lot of fun to be had in this game, I don't think.
No,
Well, I shouldn't say it like that. There's not a lot of capital F fun.
um,
I enjoyed parts of this game, so I guess that's fun, but
like
yeah,
capital
not.
F fun for you, as opposed to like the characters, because they're definitely not having fun.
Yeah, yeah. No, the characters aren't having any fun.
No,
But yeah,
no. Maybe the Leech
yeah.
Queen is.
Like nothing like too like funny or irreverent.
Right,
I don't know. Yeah.
right. You didn't like it when Billy crop dusted Rebecca in the train.
No. Was that a real thing that happened?
No.
Oh, just a little train humor.
Yeah, no, that didn't
Okay.
happen, but
I was
that'd
like, I
be
don't remember that scene. Uh,
uh yeah, well, that's our cast of characters and oh shit, no, it's not.
we
I
forgot
forgot one.
the other new-ish character is Edward Dewey. So he is one of the Bravo team members. We don't have a lot of info about him. He was the pilot who crashed the helicopter, although the helicopter was sabotaged by Wesker, presumably. And
Yeah.
he's a little bit older. He's kind of a mentor to Rebecca. His hobby is dancing, according to the wiki.
That's funny.
Don't know what kind of dancing.
Yeah.
And he's killed by dogs. So he's killed pretty early in the game. You find him. He warns Rebecca after she's already seen zombies and monsters, or there's zombies and monsters. And then he turns into a zombie and Rebecca has to kill him again. So it's a
Yeah.
classic zombie trope of you have to kill your friend after he turns into a zombie.
Yeah. He gets kind of a raw deal. But I do think
It's kind
the
of a raw dog.
ooh, ooh,
Yeah, if you
ooh.
will.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, they
Um,
have no skin, so they're raw.
yeah. Yeah.
The
Raw
dogs.
gives a
Yeah.
whole new meaning to raw dogging it, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't mean in the unprotected sex way. I mean like in the like word of the year way.
Oh, like I'm going on a plane and not bringing a book or an iPad
Right.
type of one.
Just like
Yeah.
such a what's such a dumb like why is that what that means?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is why is anything what it means, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Has it like looped back around to not having its sexual meaning anymore? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you were saying like I had sex, I totally raw dogged it, would somebody be like, oh, you just like not enjoy it? Like,
Right. You didn't bring a
yeah.
book. It's
I
like
had
no,
sex
I
with no sex. Yeah.
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 Um
So that's our characters.
these are our characters.
Yeah. Not
And
many of them. Kind of bare
no,
bones.
pretty bare
Yeah.
bones and I think like I guess I would say Marcus is the MVP, but he's like barely in the game.
Yeah, he's running this game. And it's a weird voiceover. Like he has a southern accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a
Yeah.
little Lindsey Graham coded. Am I wrong about this? I don't know. It's
Like Lindsey Graham of 2002?
yeah, and it just kind of like
Lindsey
I'm trying to
Graham.
think how to say this.
Lindsey
Have
Graham
you ever heard
coded.
William Burroughs talk?
A long time
He,
ago, but I can't
he kind of
recall
sounds
it.
like William Burroughs. He's like has a southern accent, but sort of not particularly masculine accent. I know I want to
I
talk,
see.
but
I
yeah,
see what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a little. Yeah. I don't know.
Lindsey Graham coded. Wow.
Yeah. What's he doing with these students?
Probably nothing
That's all I'm
good.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess MVP is in the game, not like as a person, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
He's the man of the year, James
yeah,
Marcus.
he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did
so
graduate in 1939. That's the only thing we know about him because we find a little picture of the lead version of him. And it says he graduated from university in 1939.
hmm,
And then Billy takes a long time to piece together that that was a long time ago
right,
because he
he's like,
stares.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stares at the photo. He's like, wait a second. 1939. That other guy, he could he could be his grandson. It's
Yeah,
it's like this revelation he has where you can see the wheels turning. So that's kind of funny. Billy Coen's
that
not that
is.
smart either.
Yeah, not a super
Yeah.
sharp guy. Um
Yeah.
yeah, this is not a great cast of characters, I gotta say.
No, it's not.
No.
Um, but is it a great cast of new mechanics? Also, no.
Uh yeah, but like an A for
Maybe.
effort? Maybe? Like they
Yeah,
tried. They
they
tried.
they tried. So the big thing we've kind of alluded to, there's a two character system. So instead of like in previous games, like two and one, where you can select a character and play through the game as them, you have after the first 20 minutes or so, two characters that you're in control of, and you can switch back and forth at will. And then the other one just kind of stands around. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and you can kind of give them a little bit of AI direction, right? Like follow me, don't follow me, attack, don't attack. Um, and so you do need to use that mechanism to solve some of the puzzles in the game, which we'll get into it.
yeah. I think the two character system, I think it's fun for some of the puzzles. It gives it a little bit more complexity. I think it absolutely sucks for combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, you can have them either stand still or follow you. They will. You can have them either attack enemies or not attack enemies. They're really bad at attacking enemies, so they usually end up either. It never feels right. They're either not shooting enough or shooting way too much and
Yep.
wasting bullets. They don't get out of the way really,
No,
and
and
you can
they
control them with the other stick, but it's kind of challenging to control both with the two different sticks.
and they don't
So
change
yeah.
weapons if they run out,
No, it just has whatever weapon it they have.
right?
Yeah. So
So, yeah,
so it I found it made the game a lot harder to try to do combat with both. The game for me got a lot easier when I realized like, okay, this can't be the way that they intend this to be, but I'm just gonna leave Rebecca standing in a random room where she'll be safe and just
yes.
say, hey, wait here as I
Yeah.
go clear out a path with Billy and then come back and get Rebecca.
Right, because Billy has
Yeah.
more health. Rebecca goes down faster.
She's very weak in this game. Like you
She
get grabbed
is.
once and you're in caution.
Yeah. And both characters, neither character can drop to zero, right? So you're basically keeping two people alive.
Yes, if either dies, the game's over.
Yeah, you're cooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's compounded by the fact that only Rebecca can mix herbs, only Billy can use the lighter, so it makes healing really complicated.
Yeah, and they both have 6 item slots. So in theory, you have 12, but really not because, yeah, you
No.
do need to keep healing items for both. They both need weapons. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's
Ammo,
very
key
good.
items, some of the guns take up
Yeah.
two spaces, so
Yeah, there's a lot of guns that take up 2 space in this
yeah.
game. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I don't think it works as well as it feels like something they came up with and they're like, well, we can't abandon it, but I can't imagine that the end result is what they had envisioned for it, just because it's so clunky.
agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah, it's weird
appreciate
that
that
Billy can't mix kills. I
mixed
can mix
pills.
herbs and lighters. Um, Rebecca, yeah, like you said, she's the one that can mix herbs, but like every other character mix herbs, like Jill can and Chris
Right,
can. And
right.
yeah, so
They tie it to her training as a medic, but it's not we've had
yeah,
four
it's
games
very,
now, five, 5 games where
yeah.
you don't need a
Yeah, it
medic
seems
to
very like
track
a
them.
tacked on sort of limitation that they had. But
Hmm.
yeah, so for me, I ended up just using Rebecca kind of as a pack mule. Like I just had her carry herbs and keys, and then had Billy have almost all the weapons. Like maybe I'd give Rebecca like a handgun to keep
Okay.
herself safe, but that's
Yeah.
about it. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
think I switched it. I gave Rebecca the stronger weapons because I figured she would need them to get out of a pinch.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
I also
And there are some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I did really poorly in this game and I died a lot, so maybe that wasn't a great idea.
I died a lot until I, yeah, adopted the system of not letting Rebecca do anything. So
Yeah.
not a great lesson from Capcom. I feel like this game was forcing me to be sexist
Yeah,
because they're like,
they're
you
like
want to play as a female character? Good luck.
sideline the female protagonist.
Yeah.
We also lose item boxes in this game.
Yeah, that's the other big change. And they were so close because if you could have dropped items
Yeah.
and had item boxes, I think that would have been a good solution to the kind of, at this point, pretty clunky inventory system in this game. But instead, you just drop items wherever. And
Like
thankfully, the
on the
map does
floor.
tell you, yeah, just like on the floor. And thankfully, the map will tell you where you
Yeah.
kept items, but it functionally makes it like the real Survivor game where the item boxes aren't linked. Because at least for me, I am just leaving a bunch of items, like picking a room in like a
Yeah.
central location and just leaving all my items there and then backtracking as needed,
Yeah. Yeah.
which was not a good experience.
No, and the game doesn't necessarily telegraph when you need certain items, so I had
No.
to backtrack a lot, which was not fun.
Yeah. There's one item in particular that I had to backtrack for a bunch. And every time I use it, I was like, well, this is the last time I'll use that. And I was like, motherfucker, I need this fucking thing again.
Hmm. Hmm.
It was very
Does
annoying.
does it rhyme with took pot?
It rhymes with took pot,
Yeah.
correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Cool. Yeah.
yeah. One quality of life improvement that I'll commend it for, because I always wondered about this when I was a kid, is you can use the healing items directly from picking them up.
Yes, which I
Yeah, so you don't
is
need an
great.
empty. If you find a green herb, you don't need an empty slot to put in your inventory and then use it. You can just use it directly. So
Yeah,
that's a good addition,
it
but it
is.
doesn't make up for the messiness of the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just found for me, and I think this is partially user error. Um, I would employ the strategy you talked about where I would leave all my items in a central location, but the detection system is not great for picking them
Yes.
up. So I would always pick up the wrong thing.
Yes.
And I'm
Oh my
like,
God, it drove me crazy.
it's
Because yeah,
like,
you learn very quickly to like take a couple steps and then drop something. Because yeah, if you drop things on top of each other, it's one of those things where whatever you're trying to pick up, you're going to pick up the opposite, and it gets very frustrating. You're like, I don't want to pick up the knife again.
right,
I want the key, or I want the acid rounds, or I want this, and no, you can't do it.
right.
Or the worst is if you dropped them somewhere where it's like between the two camera angles. This
Oh,
game also has like the
yeah,
classic sort of security cam, cinematic type camera angles. So you can drop something someplace where like literally you can never see it.
yeah,
So
I've
you
done
have to
that.
like use your map to try to figure out where it is and then position your character, switching back and forth between the real game and the map to try to get
Yeah,
right by it and just
yeah,
mash the X button to pick it up. And it's so, again, some of it's my fault. I should have dropped it there. But it's like, did no one playtest this game and be
right,
like, what are you guys doing? Like, this doesn't
right.
work at all. You need to fix
Right.
this. Like,
Right.
just
Especially
it's very
with fixed
frustrating.
camera angles, tank controls, it's like it's
Yeah.
not easy. And it's like I would just like hit A and just walk around until I grab
Yeah.
something. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to do that to just get an
Yeah.
item, you know?
Yeah. It felt like a time tax, and you still have ink ribbons, you still have the typewriters,
Yep.
but again, you end up just like leaving a couple ink ribbons by whatever typewriter and then struggling to pick them up because it's on top of it's on top of a shotgun shell or whatever the fuck. So yeah,
Yeah. It
it makes it so for some not very user friendly experiences. So
no.
I'm yeah,
And
but
it's
it's so frustrating because they're so close. Just let me drop items, but
right.
also give me an item box and make them connected. That's all I
Right.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like who knew, right? Like the item box is a weird idea, like in terms of the logic of the game, right? It's like, well, this doesn't make any sense, but it way makes way more logistical sense than just leaving all your shit on the floor.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It felt like it was trying to prevent some of the backtracking because the good part is if you don't have to debate like, well, should I pick up these handgun bullets or this herb or am I gonna need to leave an open item space to get a key? Because you can pick it up and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna drop it and pick up the key.
yeah.
So that's a good part, but then yeah, the bad part is, and if you're a little uh if you like things to be organized, it's frustrating as well because I didn't like just having shit lying all over the mansion.
No, and it's like it also like there's just something weird about because I was like, oh, well, what if I just lived life like that? I just like left all my shit on the floor and it's like it would really stress me out.
Yeah,
And I think like it's
yeah, exactly.
like it doesn't matter, but like they're not putting anything on cabinets or like actual like standing height things, so they're just like leaving. It's like, it's like that's weird, right? It's like you just like
That's I never thought about that, but yeah, I would have appreciated this a lot more if they were just like, yeah, like shelves you could put the items on and then select them. That would have worked a lot better. Because yeah, it did weirdly bother me to walk into a room and there's just yeah, a half a dozen items just scattered about the room and it looks so messy.
yeah,
So
it's
I
just
don't know.
like I'm
I
not a
don't.
total neat freak, but I'm like I don't just like drop all the shit on my pockets on the floor when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Especially
know.
when it's not even your house.
No, not my house,
Yeah.
not my training
Yeah.
facility, not my
No,
sewer,
no. No
not my
wonder James
train.
Marcus is so upset.
Yeah,
You walk in, you empty your pockets, you're throwing grenade launchers all over the place, you're leaving ink ribbons
live
here
ammo
and there,
rounds.
and live ammo rounds around. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I got students here, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Never mind the fact that
Yeah.
I experiment on them. Two wrongs don't
Yeah.
make a right.
I'm trying to groom my students to experiment on in
Yeah.
various ways. So, yeah. But anyway, I don't know.
They I mean I do like I don't think these gameplay changes were successful. I do give them credit for trying something different, like a little bit. Um, but
Yeah.
it's also
That
telling
feels the
that
hook.
yeah, they don't
And
come back to these things because they didn't work.
yeah, they didn't work. Yeah. It's
Um,
kind of sad that we'll get into this more wrap up, but it's kind of sad this is the last of the classic RE because it's sort of, it doesn't go on a high note,
Not really.
It just
No.
it kind of shows that like, yeah, this style of gameplay maybe it's funny because we talked about in RE Remake about how much we liked that style of game and how
Yeah.
we went for another one. And then we got another one. We're like, oh, never mind, it's bad. So
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
it's just such a
Yeah.
miss and it's kind of baffling to me, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause it seems like money, but you know. Um so yeah, I
Anyway,
guess we are at the introduction of the game.
yeah. So that's the characters, the development, and the new mechanics.
New mechanics.
The the
NUMA
classic the
mechanics.
classic band that we
Yeah,
talked about.
the new mechanics.
Yeah. So we're finally ready to start this game for the
Start
GameCube.
Yeah, so it starts
Yeah.
with the GameCube turning on, going
Yeah. You get the do 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 do.
Wah.
Yeah.
Um, even though we didn't
GameCube
play
was
it.
fun.
It was, yeah. Even though we
Yeah, it was
didn't
a
play
fun
it on
little system.
GameCube. Yeah, you could carry it with a handle.
Yeah. We never talked about our experience with this game. Did you play this on GameCube originally, or did you play it later on?
I played it on PS5 like maybe in 2021,
Oh,
2022.
okay. So you okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I was much more favorable toward it the first time I played it. And
Okay.
then when we played it for this replay, I was like, ooh,
You're like, no, thank
yikes.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you play it when it came
It's
out?
I played it around the time it came out. I know I had it for GameCube because I found I found the game when I was
Oh, nice.
cleaning and straightening up. I was like, oh yeah, I did have this. So but I don't have a lot of memories of playing it. As I was playing through it this time, I did remember certain parts. I was like, oh yeah, I remember the giant frogs, and oh yeah, I kind of remember this boss and that kind of thing. But it did make a big impression on me at the time. And
Yeah.
replaying it, it also did make a huge impression on me. I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll get into it. The frog is very funny to me.
The frog, yeah. In
Is
retro, playing it again now, I
That's
guess that was the one time
hilarious.
I laughed in this game. Was when I got eaten by a frog.
Like wholly eaten by a
Yeah, just
frog.
whole. It's got one shot by a frog that's like not that big. It's
Right. Yeah. It's like, how
yeah.
is your whole body fitting in it?
Yeah. It's like the size of like a golden retriever. It just eats 200-pound Billy Coen. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the opening screen to me, I mean to me this is very kind of like the Resident Evil remake. It's very 2000s. There's a lot of quick cuts, slow motion jumping, some like Fat Boy Slim sounding techno, very like muted drab new metal color palette.
Yes, this is a very green, gray, brown, tan type of game, which I don't think
Yeah.
contributes to it being enjoyable to play or memorable.
No, it's like
Yeah.
it's pretty ugly. Like,
Yeah, it's very ugly. It's weird because it's like they put a lot of work into it.
yeah.
Like it's technically a really good looking game, but from a like art direction style, it's so ugly. So
Right, right. Yeah,
yeah.
like the cinematics look, I mean they look like of the time. So not
Hmm.
bad, but just like weird decisions and that plus like the leech motif, so it's really drippy and slimy.
Yeah, just the
Like
whole thing makes you want to take a shower. Just everything about this. Yeah, just a little.
yeah,
But we didn't mention, but both Mikami and the head of Studio 3 both said that they were lectured by Capcom higher ups for spending too much money in the cutscenes.
that's
Yeah, which was
that's
kind of funny
that's very
because
funny. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, look good for the time. Hasn't the cutscenes haven't aged
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. But
Um
yeah, we get started. There's a voiceover to start, and it kind of sets the stage that this is a prequel. And the weird thing is, it asks some questions that we kind of already know the answers to.
hmm,
So it comes on, it's like, what is a mysterious corporation known as Umbrella? And it's like, well, we kind of know that. It's like, who
right.
are its founders? And it's like, well, we know,
Yeah.
we know that too. I
Yeah.
guess we'll know another one soon enough, but yeah, we it's not that mysterious. So I don't know, that feels like maybe it was a remnant from pre Veronica and pre like RE3 even maybe. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
was odd. And
At
then
this
you
Yeah, I was just gonna say at this point, the question of what Umbrella is pretty clear. This game series has
yeah,
been
we kind
around
of
for a while and it's a pretty iconic, corporation, video game corporation. So
yeah. Yeah, and it's on a train, which the train was a big part of the early marketing of it. That was what was always shown off for the N64, and
yes.
that's what was shown off for the early GameCube build as well. And the train, I will say, the train is pretty cool. I think it's the best part of the game. The opening cinematic, it feels very like 40s and 50s coded, which is odd. So there's all these people in like
Yeah.
tuxedos and evening gowns, and there's like bellboys with
And
like
like pull
old-timey,
trays on meals,
yeah, like
it's
old-timey waiters, yeah, with the like the cover on the they pulled off and there's a steak underneath. Like it's like, where's this train going? Are these all Umbrella employees? Like,
but why yeah, and why is it like from a different decade? Like
yeah, and like
this is the
why?
90s.
Yeah, it feels very like lost in time, so that's bizarre. And then all
Right.
the fancy people get attacked by leeches. So this is the intro to the main antagonist of the game, the leech.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, Queen Leech, right, just totally uh slaughters everybody on this train with leeches. It's like
yeah,
what a bizarre opening.
yeah. It's very weird. And again, if you were like it would be creepy to see a bunch of leeches. Come on, but it's not like a traditional horror thing. It's more just like I'm kind of skeeved out type of thing
Yeah,
for
like it's
me
not
personally.
scary. It's just kind of like
Yeah,
gross.
it's gross and unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um so yeah, I mean, we see that happen and we meet after that we meet Rebecca and the Stars. Stars is in the team, not like I'm saying they're stars,
yeah. All the
obviously.
stars are here.
All the stars are here. The stars were out
Yeah.
tonight.
Enrico, Rebecca, Edward Dewey,
Yep.
yeah,
And Chad.
etc.
Chad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joseph Frost. He's not here. He's on the next one.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Yeah. I want to make that reference because you at one point said this will be the last Joseph Frost reference on the podcast. I was
Ooh,
like,
deep cut. Yeah, we're
show
back.
shows what you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, but yeah, the stars are on their helicopter. They're gonna go investigate the murders in the woods. They're doing this at night because why not?
yep.
And there's an engine failure and the chopper goes down.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, as Stars is regrouping, they come across um, the van that Billy has escaped from, which is overturned because, as we know, there is a zombie outbreak.
There's a zombie outbreak. It seems weird that they were. Seems like a very circuitous route that they were taking
Yeah,
because
why
they're
were
kind
they
of just
going
in the
through
middle of
there?
the woods. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they find Billy's case file, which sets him up as this convicted like mass murderer.
yeah, mass murder. Yeah, and it's conveniently just like kind of there on the ground. Like they don't really have to look for it. So
Right, right,
yeah, and then they, uh, stars. We learned in Resident Evil 1. They have several rules. One of which is we always split up. And we always do whatever's right in front of us first before anything else we were intending to do.
right,
So they abandon right away their mission of solving the mysterious murders. They abandon the idea of maybe we should wait by the helicopter for help to come. And they say, guys, let's all split up and find this dangerous murderer who
right,
possibly is in the woods somewhere
right.
and has,
And
from what we think, has killed the guards that were the U.S. Marshals, I think they're called, that were escorting him.
right. And
Yeah.
Rebecca searches this creepy derelict train by herself.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know why that would be the move. That doesn't make any sense to me to be like, yes,
Yes.
we should send our medic to find and apprehend a wanted, dangerous, quote unquote, criminal.
Yeah. Our 18-year-old medic who
Right.
just Dewey Hauser in college like a year ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, she comes across the Ecliptic Express. That's hard to say.
Ecliptic
I
Express.
always
Ecliptic
I
Express.
always struggle with it. I want to call it the Elliptic Express always.
Yeah. Like the shape.
Ecliptic Express. Yeah.
Elliptic. Yeah. Ecliptic.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard sounds. Ecliptic
Ecliptic.
Express.
Yeah. Oh, there's a podcast I listen to, and one of the hosts has a theory that Erica Kirk is never going to be successful ultimately because her name is like unpleasant to say for that very reason. Like the double K in the middle is like Erica Kirk. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
that's the same as Ecliptic Express. It's
right.
unpleasant to say. It's a bad mouthfeel.
Erica Kirk. But you could get KKK out of Erica Kirk. You can't get KKK out of Ecliptic Express.
Ecliptic. You could do EK Ecliptic with a K. Express.
You you could do
It's
that.
the crusty comedy classic. Anyway, so you get on the train. I will say the rain looks really good. Again,
Yeah, yeah,
technically,
yeah,
there's lots of this game. It's like, okay, clearly people worked hard on this. I feel kind of bad ragging on it because
yeah.
a lot of talented people put a lot of time into making something that's not very good.
This it's
Uh,
it's like F1 being nominated at the Oscars. It's like it's nominated for technical things.
yeah,
It's just like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
technically they did good on this.
yeah.
I know that's
And this
not
game
like
was sponsored by the Qataris, just like F1.
right,
Was
right.
F1? I don't know. That's my
I don't
assumption was
know.
that Qatar was involved with it, but I don't know if that's true or not. F1, not Resident Evil Zero.
Right, yeah.
Uh, yeah. So right away I was booing because I only had 6 IM slots. I was like, oh my God,
You were booing
no.
the TV.
I
Boo!
was booing the TV.
Boo!
Uh, and yeah, you start exploring. You find early on I have a passenger's memo that I found.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and
Which
that was
is
kind of interesting because it's more sort of like recontextualizing, but to what end? Resident Evil 1?
yeah,
Yeah, so it's July 14th. So this is about like the diary starts about 2 weeks before the events of this game and Resident Evil 1. And it talks about they're going to investigate the remains of the Arkley Mountains laboratory. We're moving in
Right.
two groups. The initial group is assigned to start checking what's left of the abandoned experiment. So it's kind of interesting because it's like, yeah, we're all the people in the train, Umbrella employees, and we're some of the zombies we found. Like with the zombies we found in RE1, were those all my assumption was that those were people that lived at the Arkley laboratory, like
Yes.
researchers and support
Yes.
staff, but maybe they were like the cleanup crew and they just all got killed by monsters and turned.
Oh, maybe. But I
Yeah.
mean, and not
So
that I think this is a huge point of detraction, but I mean, the way the zombies are dressed in the remake is not consistent with the way the zombies Umbrella employees are dressed on the train, right?
that's a good point. Yeah.
Which is, I
So,
mean,
but yeah,
how,
just kind of weird. Like what
you
happened
know,
to these people?
yeah,
Yeah. I guess they got eaten by the leeches, maybe? I don't know.
I guess it's,
Yeah.
yeah. So like they're sending in employees from Umbrella to investigate. And I feel like this is really just kind of a rationale for why we're encountering zombies here.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's more it.
I
Maybe there's
mean,
more.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
Importantly, we do get a reference to the crustacean T virus in this memo, which becomes relevant in like 20 minutes later into the game.
Yeah, it very it kind of hangs a hangs a lantern on that. Yeah,
Right.
because it talks about there's a um there's a weakness with some of the crustacean experiments where they have a weak head. And it's like, oh geez, I wonder if I'll have to shoot something in the head later.
Right,
So
right. Crustacean. Why would I need to know about that? Yeah. Um, so yeah, and then not too long after we find that memo, we meet good old Billy Boy.
yeah, after a few minutes of wandering around, and that's when we meet up with oh no, I'm sorry, that's later that we meet up with Edward. But yeah, we run into Billy, and he did not endear himself to me right away.
Nope.
He's very he's just an asshole. He kind of
Oh
flirts with
yeah.
Rebecca in a condescending way. She says, "You're Billy Coen." He says, "Oh, you've been fantasizing about me."
What a fucking
And
gross thing to say
yeah,
to somebody. Like,
and
what?
it's also like, why was he like, what is his motivation? He's like, shouldn't he want to not be around a cop? I
Right.
don't know, or at least not a. It's very weird. And then she wants him to, she basically says, "You're under arrest." She's not a very good cop. And he
Nope.
just laughs at her and says, "No offense, honey, but I've already been in handcuffs today," and just walks off. And then Rebecca says, "I could shoot you, you know." And he just wanders off. And then she has like huffs and puffs. And
Yeah, that's a weird.
I don't like anyone in this game. Yeah, it feels like a high school drama of
Yeah.
like yeah, like the bad boy and the cheerleader or something. It's just I don't like the vibes
Yeah.
from this
Plus
one. Yeah.
plus he's being a dick and she's being a cop. And it's like, well, I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
don't
like
like
what's
any
his
of
career
it.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
the
ugh.
ineffective cop or the asshole criminal, the asshole sexist criminal, yeah.
Right, right. Yeah. So it's a bizarre like setup and I will say the voice acting in this game voice acting has rarely been a strong point in the series, I think up until the kind of more modern games, but it's not good in this one, even
No, it's
by
really not.
even by the series standards up to this point.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of worse of both worlds because it's not good and it's also not fun bad or not memorable in any way. So
No.
it's just that yeah, it's very like barely passable levels of voice acting that's just not yeah, not interesting at all. It's just yeah, very rote.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We don't get it's not so bad it's good. It's not cheesy or
yeah.
actiony. It's just kind of serviceable, you know? But
Yeah, serviceable is yeah, a good word for it, but like just barely meeting serviceable levels.
right,
So I don't know.
right.
But but yeah, after you meet Billy, you uh the other man in Rebecca's life right now, Edward, crashes through the window.
He sure does.
He just it's like I don't know if he like leapt through it to get away from the dogs or it's like tossed through it, but he crashed through the window and he dies and he warns Rebecca that that the woods are full of zombies and monsters. And she goes, zombies and monsters, even though she's already seen zombies and monsters. And then
Right.
the dogs bust through, and you get your first encounter with dogs.
Yep, they're the
So
dogs.
that's pretty fun.
I feel like they were more bullet sponge-y in this game. I feel like it took a lot to take them down.
Yeah, the first time I fought the dogs, I didn't die, but they really fucked me up. Like I think I was in danger, so I ended up reloading and trying again and did a little bit better.
Sure.
And there's other monsters in the game that we'll get to that are worse like this, but the dogs are tough because you have to shoot down to hit them
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a zombie where they're your size, so you can just point straight ahead. So you kind of have to wait till they're close enough to hit, but then they're also close enough that they can hit you. And yeah, it makes for kind of a frustrating experience at times. And you can
Right.
get kind of stomach by the dogs too, which is not fun.
Because the train is also narrow, and with the fixed
Yeah, there's
camera
no room to
angles,
maneuver.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
trickier than I would have liked. Here's a question I have. I mean, and I don't think we have a great answer to it, but if Rebecca encountered zombies on the train, why didn't she just leave the train?
Yeah, we're not really clear what her motivations for exploring the train are. Like that seems like another good place to go meet up with Enrico and regroup, but I don't
Right.
know.
Because, like, well, I thought she was looking for Billy, but like, I feel like if I encountered a zombie, right? Because if this is her first time encountering a zombie, then wouldn't she just be like, I'm fucking out of here?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think so, but
I mean, then
hey,
we'd
that's
have no
S.T.A.R.S for
game.
you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they're ready for anything.
yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
are. But yeah, Enrico, we meet up with Enrico
Well, via
after.
via the radio though, not right.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah, I don't think you've seen him in person yet,
do
but
you,
he comes through on the radio.
isn't that how you describe when you talk to people on the radio, meeting up with them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You're like, I met up with John on the radio.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and he tells Rebecca that Billy has killed at least 23 people and that he was institutionalized.
Yeah, Lisa's kind of funny
At
because what's that?
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
I guess he's giving him the benefit of the doubt and saying, well, he's convicted of killing 23 people. We're presuming he killed the U.S. Marshals there with him, but who knows? He has a right to a speedy trial. So,
yeah, yeah. So he said he wouldn't think twice about killing you. But we already know that to be false because he didn't.
but he did. Oh, yeah. Well, don't really know that about Billy, right?
Well, I mean, he didn't kill Rebecca upon meeting her,
Oh, that's
is
true.
what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying.
didn't kill
Yeah.
Rebecca. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was
So
just
it's
kind of
like,
sending towards her.
yeah.
So, yeah. But as far as we know, both Rebecca and as a player, he did kill them, the 23 people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I know I felt the need to clarify,
No, it's
but
okay. That's okay.
um, so yeah. Eventually, you wander around some more. You meet up with Billy again. He wants to team up, and Rebecca's kind of resistant to that. She's like, team up with you? No way. And he calls her a little girl. It's shot where he's up on the stairs looking down at her, making her look very small. She says, don't
Yeah.
call me a little girl. It's again just more Billy being a dick and Rebecca being whiny. No one's likable so far.
Yeah. Why does he call her Miss DIY? What, I guess because she doesn't want to work with him.
Yeah, yeah, I guess Miss,
Yeah.
yeah, do it yourself. I don't know. Maybe that was like a new term in the 90s. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was
That
like,
was a weird.
yeah, she's not like, I think I was like, I mean,
Yeah, she's not
obviously,
like building a shelf. Yeah.
right. I'm like, how do you know that? And it's like, oh, that's probably
Yeah.
not what he means.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe that was a weird like localization thing where they're
it
like,
might have
oh, we
been.
can't quite translate that, but this is close enough. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you get the gist of it.
you get the
Uh,
gist of it. But yeah, Billy tells you to try on your own. So you go upstairs in one of the cars, and this is kind of weird. So you find a corpse, and the corpse is actually of Marcus.
right.
Yeah, like old Marcus.
Which we don't know at this point in the game, but yeah.
Yeah, you don't know who it is. And you walk up to him, you're like, "Oh, sir, are you okay?" And then leeches just his head falls off and leeches emerge from his body. And this
Yeah,
is your first leech zombie.
yes. But
Yeah.
why why were the leeches in old Marcus's old Marcus form here. I don't.
Yeah, that's weird because I thought they fused with Marcus and then made
Right.
young Marcus.
Right.
So I
So
don't know why his body's here besides to be creepy and weird.
yeah, because his body was
Yeah,
dumped in the
in like the
wherever.
sewers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's clearly just like trying to give you narrative foreshadowing, but it didn't totally make sense to me.
yeah. No, it doesn't. Yeah, yeah. It's one of those Resident Evil things where is this cool? Wins out over does this make narrative sense? I
Yeah.
guess is the best way I can describe it. Um, but yeah, there's a leech. The leeches come. You don't have to fight it. You can kind of run away, and then you get a cutscene where Billy shoots the leeches and kind of saves you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. He
and then
jumps in the
you
air, midair, slow-mo, and shoots a leech.
yeah, it's another like Matrix-y kind of
Yeah.
slow-mo cutscene. And then you see like the young Leech version of Marcus is on the rain singing for some reason, and he's in a robe. And then Billy just very flatly says, "Who's that guy?" Like, all right, good question, Billy. Good thought.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of is a good question. Like, wouldn't you be like, why
Yeah,
is
I would
this
be like, yeah,
happening?
what's his deal? Yeah.
Who's that
Uh,
guy?
yeah, who's that guy? And then the train starts moving.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's not clear what started it. I guess Marcus did with his magic leech powers somehow.
I guess it's
Yeah.
definitely not Wesker and Birkin because they try to destroy slash prohibit the train from arriving, right?
Yeah, Wesker and Birkin are just like confused on what's happening.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they're kind of like monitoring the situation from afar, but they don't really know what's going on. So, yep. Um, but yep. So then there's some more kind of uh walking around, and then this is the first time when you're fully joined up, but you can switch back and forth between the two. So at this point, we're maybe 20 minutes, half an hour in,
Yeah.
and it's kind of introducing that core mechanic.
Yep.
And then you can basically split them up right away. So Rebecca goes up on the roof of the train, and then you're reconnecting some electrical wires to get power to a door. I don't know how smart it is to be dealing with electricity and exposed wires in the rain, but that's what she
Right.
chose to do. And the whole thing is,
Or
oh,
yeah,
sorry,
or going up on top of a moving train in the
just in
rain.
general.
Yeah, like and
Yeah,
it's going pretty fast.
yeah, it's going. Yeah, it seems like it's going. Yeah, it's like quite a clip. It's not just rolling along.
Yeah.
Which, it's a cool visual. Again, the rain effects look really good. So it's kind of it's very cinematic when they're on top of the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really quickly, this is all set up, but did you see Train Dreams?
No, I haven't seen Train Dreams.
Uh, Nick Cave did a song for it called
Oh,
Train
okay.
Dreams, but now I want to see that song overlaid. Resident Evil Zero's like
Oh.
life on a train,
That
umbrella
feels like a very
employees.
Nick Cavey.
Hmm.
Feels like a very Nick Cave song.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the
Would
song called? Yeah,
would
Train
you
Dreams.
rather it is Train Dreams? Would you rather have Nick Cave do a song for the next Resident Evil or Nick Cave be a zombie model for the next Resident Evil?
I'll say zombie model, even though I like Nick Cave, but I feel like his best work is maybe behind him at this point. So
Ooh,
yeah, make him be a
man.
zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be
yeah,
cool.
yeah. And he's a very like iconic looking guy. Like he has a very unique look. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you definitely see him and be like, that's Nick Cave.
Yeah.
Billy is a little Nick Cave coded in some ways. Got the slick back hair and the tattoos and
Um,
yeah. Like 80s Nick
yeah.
Cave, you know?
Yeah, I mean like
Like
kinda.
post-goth but pre like piano Nick Cave, that type of
Yeah.
guy.
So you think Capcom was giving us a
I
little Nick
think
Cave
so.
shout out? Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
I think somebody at Capcom listened to like the Mercy Seat and they're like, this song rocks. And
Yeah.
then yeah. Somebody bought Kicking Against the Pricks and we're like, hell yeah, that's a good
And
album.
then at this point, was Grinder Man a thing?
Grinder Man?
Yeah, that's his side project.
The side project with the I that took me a second because after you said that I remembered, but at first I was like, like my brain was combining like Grinder with Florida. And I was like, is that a thing? Like, is there like Florida Man plus Grinder equals Grinder Man is where my mind went.
I
Like all these
see.
newspapers about like, oh, Grinder Man was caught
Yeah, local grinder man. No, no, no.
doing something untoward. So,
No, I think you introduced me to Grinder Man. You showed me a picture of like, or not a picture, a clip of like Nick Cave performing Grinder Man on Letterman, and he's just like
oh,
rocking out, and like David Letterman is like, "Oh,
ugh.
this is a lot."
Yeah, that's kind of like a hard, like they're hard rocking
Yeah.
kind of return to punk rock type of thing. So, I'll have to confess, I haven't listened to Grinder Man probably since I showed you that clip.
Well,
So,
that's okay.
but
But yeah, no Nick Cave in
no Nick Cave,
this
no
Resident
train
Evil.
dreams. It's a train nightmare in Resident
Yeah,
Evil Zero.
Train Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah,
where were we? Oh, we're split up
we're
already.
we
So
split up.
they introduced the two characters and instantly split them up. And then you have a dumbwaiter. So it's kind of interesting the idea that you're gonna have to work together to solve puzzles.
Yep, because you
Yeah.
cannot get back up, right? You go through the hole in the train as Rebecca, and you have to send items to Billy through the
Yeah.
dumbwaiter.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're stuck in a room as Rebecca, you're stuck in like a little kitchen area. There's something jammed in the lock. It says you'll need something to unjam it. I right away was like, well, Billy has a knife, so I can send that, but I won't let you do that. So you
Right,
have to, yeah, as Billy, find an ice pick and send that up to Rebecca
right. And
to unstick the door.
this is a very like I would say it's like not even a puzzle. It's technically a puzzle, but it's just like here to explain the dynamic.
Yeah, it's kind of a tutorial type of puzzle. So, and
Right.
there's a couple other times where you have to send items back and forth. I like the idea. It's not very user friendly because you have to do it like one at a time. So it's lots of menu tacks where you have to go into Billy's menu, select the item, put it in the dumbwaiter, hit the button, switch to Rebecca, select the item, put it in your inventory. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it takes
W-
some time to
Watch
move things back and forth.
watch the dumbwaiter animation. It
Watch
closes
the
the
dumbwaiter
door. It's just
animation.
like, oh
Yeah.
my
So
God. Yeah.
yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So you're doing that. You got to do that.
Yeah.
But I believe around this time, if not slightly before, you fight a giant scorpion.
Yeah. So as Billy, you are wandering around looking for something. You find the hunting gun. So it's like an old-timey shotgun that you can only have two shells at a time. So that's very annoying.
Yeah.
And you have your first boss. It's a giant scorpion, which was
That
hinted at earlier in the memo about crustaceans having weak heads.
and it just crashes through the top of the
It
train.
just crashes through the top of the train, prompting the question, where did this come from and why? Like, was it just on top of the train the whole time waiting for you? Was it in the woods and saw the train going by and jumped on? Was it like it
Did
just out of
yeah,
nowhere? Here's just a giant scorpion.
was it Mr. T like air or not Mr. T, Mr. X airdropped?
Oh yeah, was it Mr. X airdropped? Uh,
It's just like Target acquired and just like,
yeah,
because it's like, but like really though, like
yeah. Why?
why would it do
Yeah,
that? Whatever, you know.
yeah. So it's again a microcosm of why I think totally this game is such a mess because it's so deadly serious and
Hmm.
so silly and stupid at the same time.
Right,
But it feels like there's no acknowledgement that's silly. It's like it
right.
wants me to take the idea of a giant scorpion busting through the top of a train.
A moving
It wants
train.
me to be like afraid of that. And it's
Right.
like this is just yeah, this is yeah. It doesn't yeah, I don't know.
No,
It's very
no.
dumb. And not a good
Yeah.
fight. I mean you just run up to it, point down, shoot, point down, shoot, run away, reload, run up, point down, shoot. I think you have to shoot it maybe like six times, six, seven
Yeah.
times. It's
And
quite a few. It takes some doing.
I didn't do super well with this fight because of really my own incompetence, but I do think it's a poorly constructed fight because the camera angles are such that
Yes.
one camera angle is your character's back is against the wall and you can't see the scorpion coming. The other
Yeah.
one is you cross the camera angle but then you're right up in its face, and then it hits you, and
and
it
attacks
sends
you.
you flying back all the way to the wall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that plus a gun that carries two shells that takes forever to reload.
Yes.
It's yeah, it's harder than it should be for what's supposed to be, I think, supposed to be an easy fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult, but not in like a fun way. Like I felt like I was, yeah, I don't know, it's just not a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's very takes up the whole width of the train, so you can't even like maneuver yourself around. You kind of just have to point down and mash the X button and hope for the best.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So,
I guess you can skip it, which we didn't mention this when we were talking about the mechanics, but with the mechanics of dropping items and picking them back up, people do use that to skip things, especially for like speedrun purposes.
that's interesting. I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, if it on a replay, you can try this if you want to just skip by the scorpion and not fight it. If you want to skip the whole game and not play it, you can drop an item like right when it comes in and then basically like glitch through it.
Hmm.
Because you have iframes as you're picking stuff up. So
Oh,
it
that's
kind of you
interesting.
can glitch through different things. So yeah. So that's just the little trivia of how you can
Hmm.
avoid the scorpion in subsequent playthroughs. But
I wonder if
yeah.
there is a robust speedrun community for this game. Probably not.
I feel like there is because there's a speedrun
Yeah,
community for pretty much everything, but I
that's
haven't
true.
watched them. So, yeah. But yeah, so you get through the scorpion. Um Around this time too, you cut back again to Wesker and Birkin. They're plotting. Birkin asks a very good question of how all three leaks happen at once. So we have a leak on the
Yeah.
train, at the training facility, and at the Arcway lab from RE1.
Right.
And
Right.
then Wesker says that's irrelevant. He doesn't seem to care about that, which is a strange reaction from him because it seems like he would want to know who is trying to sabotage Umbrella.
Yeah,
But
that seems important. Also, I mean, it just kind of contributes to like understanding Umbrella as a really not secure company. Like everything, it seems like everything that can go wrong for them goes wrong here.
yeah, yeah, it does. And this was maybe more something to talk about in wrap up, but I didn't really like this pivot to there was a lab leak and it was an accident, like an accident through negligence, versus it
Yeah.
was like deliberately done as like a sabotage by a third party. I don't know. I just kind of find it more interesting the idea of like Umbrella flew too close to the sun was too much hubris to try and make these creatures, and then were taken down by them versus oh everything would have been fine except they were sabotaged by somebody else.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
know. It
the
just
kind of
to me it kind of changes the vibe of the game.
the accidental part. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
oops, you know.
Yeah. So
Oops all T virus, like oops all
yeah.
berries.
Oops, LT virus. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what Wesker says. He says, "Oops,
I
all
feel
yeah,
that
all
man is
zombies." Yeah.
I feel like Albert Wesker has never said oops in his life.
Yeah, he's like the guy who if something goes wrong, he tries to play it off like he planned it that way, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
he tripped in the street, he'd start like breakdancing and pretend like he meant to fall over. But
Yeah.
yeah. You have
Yeah.
another weird little cutscene that's just some umbrella goons on the train, and then
Yeah.
they're killed by the leeches. So
Yep. So then I
yeah.
think this is narratively setting up the fact that, Queen Leech, Wesker Birkin, right? Your characters, like they're all on different sides. It's not a unified enemy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, there's like multiple different forces, which on paper
Yeah.
I could see someone thinking that was more interesting. I think it ultimately makes the narrative less satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Agreed. Yeah. And we'll get into that probably in subsequent episodes. But the kind of reveal of the motivations of Queen Leech, as we've talked about, like it happens really fast at the end, and it feels really rushed and weird
yeah,
to me.
yeah. It
Um,
never feels. Yeah, I struggle with knowing anyone's motivation in this game, really.
yeah.
But because leashes who just want to eat eat goons. That's their main
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Gorge
thing.
themselves on blood, I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah,
you
exactly. They don't like
know?
gorge themselves on blood.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we find a hook shot,
Oh, right.
and that can get you to the top of the train because there's not a ladder in one area. So very practical. They can do that.
Right.
Uh, yeah, the train. I mean, it is an umbrella train, but kind of like everything else in the game makes no sense. It's there's keys that open doors to crests that open door. It's just yeah, it's more
Yeah.
Resident Evil nonsense, and
Yeah.
it all caps off with the emergency brake, which is the worst emergency brake of all time.
Yeah. Beating the emergency brake situation, taking the crown for worst emergency train brake in Resident Evil from the RE3 trolley.
Yeah, from the trolley. Yeah.
Right. This is yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever designed this, then later on they were like, I can't prove upon this. What if there was only one where that actually worked? So because the emergency brake, this is another dual puzzle. So you have to have two people on opposite ends of the train. So you have to either run Billy back or run Rebecca back. And then once you get back there, you have to like solve a math puzzle. It's like this algebra thing where you have to I forget what it is exactly, but you have to input like eight different numbers that total up to be 81 or
Yeah.
something like that.
And then another one is doing the same with 36. So
Yeah.
you have to hit
Yeah. So
X amount of numbers to get to that total.
yep, exactly. Yeah. So you have to use so many inputs to get to that number. And then the other person has to do the same thing. It kind of reminded me of they have apps that will prevent you from drunk texting where you have to
Hmm.
are you familiar with these at all?
No.
I've never downloaded them. I just try not to text people if I'm drunk, which I'm mostly successful at. But yeah, there's like apps that'll protect you from like drunk texting. It'll have you like solve a math
Ah,
problem.
I
Like if
see.
it's after midnight, you have to like solve like, 4 times 2 plus 8 to be able to text somebody or whatever.
I mean, I feel like I could do that drunk.
Yeah. Maybe it's not
That's
quite that, but yeah,
sure.
it's like a
Yeah.
more difficult
Okay.
type of
Yeah.
puzzle. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a really literal response. I was like, I could do that. Like, and you're
Yeah.
like, it's not actually the problem, you know?
That could be a thing. You could start a drunk math competition. Like, have you ever done a drunk spelling bee? Is that a
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah? It'd be like that, except drunk math.
Did I tell you I won a spelling bee here, like maybe like a year and a half ago? It was at
No, were you
a
drunk?
I was drinking. I don't think I was drunk, but
Oh, okay.
I
Not
also
as impressive.
yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it was at tap room.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like yeah. Um but yeah,
Do you remember what word you won on?
well, and this is why I didn't feel that great is because it was narrowed down. It was like multiple rounds, but it was narrowed down to me and this other guy. And I won because he blew his spelling on this word.
Oh,
So then I was like, I didn't
it was
even
a
like seal the deal, right? I was like, well, this
oh,
guy fucked up. So
it was a hollow victory.
yeah. The prize was like 30 beers, which was a lot. So
That's a lot.
I just gave them out, most of them out to the other contestants because I was like, I don't need all this.
Do you have to use it like that night? Or
No, I mean they were canned. It wasn't like,
oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought they gave you like either 30 drink tickets or they're
Oh,
like
okay.
they just like a server came and put like 30 mugs in front of you and they're like they're like talk about over serving. That
Yeah, yeah. They're like,
seems a little risky, yeah.
they're like, we want you to have 30 drinks here.
Yeah. Here's 30
Uh,
drinks right now.
yeah, you're like, did you have to use them there? And I was like, oh, I understand what's
Okay,
happening
that makes
now.
more sense. 30 canned beers.
Yeah,
That
something
That's
like
nice of
that.
you to give them to your fellow
Yeah,
contestants.
it's funny because Nikki came to pick me up because I took public there, and so Mark, who ran it, our trivia host, was like, "Oh, are you going to be able to take all this on public?" And I was like,
You have 30 beers on a bus
"Yeah." I was like, "No,
with your rude
Nikki."
bus drivers in Denver.
Right? Yeah. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Oh." I was like, "No, Nikki's going to pick me up," but then she was like. I told her what happened when she got there, and she was like, "You gave a lot of this away," and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I wouldn't have done that," and I was like,
Oh,
"I don't need like," I was like, "I
yeah,
we have like eight, like I saved eight for us, like
yeah, that seems like a
yeah."
good deal.
I was just
There's
like,
only so much fridge space in the world, so
right, and also this is a rotating tap room, so here's my theory: is the beer that they were getting rid of was stuff that they were moving on from, but it was like also like not awesome.
it was
Um,
maybe getting a little skunky.
and it wasn't selling, I think. So
Yeah, I
they were
think it
like,
was like
we gotta move
discontinued.
this,
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
still grateful,
yeah.
hashtag blessed, right?
Hashtag blessed.
Or hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag nah, it's not working. I think it's not hashtag. I
Good
was like
one.
hashtag hops, but that's not. It's
Hashtag
like
hops, like beer.
hashtag hops. Yeah, like
Oh
beer.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Let's start a brewery called
yeah,
hashtag hops.
hashtag hops. I was gonna say hashtag barley, but that made me think of Nikki's dog. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I was like that'd
Um,
be confusing.
yeah.
Uh,
So we're on this train and we have to do yeah, drunk math.
you have to do a drunk spelling bee. And
Yeah.
then oh, when you run back as Rebecca, that's when you run zombie Edward and you have to kill him.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's fun.
R.I.P.
But
Edward.
yeah. I actually got pretty close to failing this on my first try. I was
Oh
like,
yeah?
yeah. Well, and I felt it's timed, but you can also just hit pause and figure it out. So I kind of cheated a little bit. Like I was like
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
there, and then it was down to like 15 seconds. I was like, I'm just gonna pause real quick and put pen to paper and just double check this. And yeah, eventually I got
yeah.
there. But
That makes
yeah,
sense. I mean, I feel like
technically I guess that's cheating, but I don't know.
I mean, they allow it. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I will say that the time sequence mentally in this part, right, where you have to run to the other side, activate the brake, was on paper harrowing, right? The idea that
Yeah,
I'm like, I have to run through the whole train to activate this brake on and then do math on a time limit. It's
yeah.
like, oh, yeah, but it wasn't hard.
No, no, it wasn't that. Yeah, it wasn't super challenging. One thing with the train too is the zombies kind of repopulate. Like you can clear out a car and then come back
Yeah.
and there'll be more zombies that came back again. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
can.
just kind of keeps you on your toes. But yeah, eventually once you get the emergency brake, then it stops just in time. The train crashes, and conveniently you're at the train facility where the train was going already.
Right. And this train, when it crashes, it really crashes. Like it's going really fast. So again,
Going
I
really
know,
fast and it derails.
yeah, I know why this is the case, but I'm like, there's no way that Billy and Rebecca would have survived that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Well, now they survived, but all of your items are conveniently right next to you when you get up. So
Which
all of
is,
your
which
quick
is
shots and ammos and first aid sprays and yeah.
maybe I want to revise a statement from earlier where I said this game wasn't funny because that's very funny that this
Yeah.
train crashes and all your items are neatly
All
laid
your items
out.
just end up right. Yeah. The only
Yeah.
things that aren't nailed down all end up in front of you in
Right.
front of you.
Even though they were all in different rooms when you left them on
Yeah.
the train.
Yeah. Some are like in the inner cabins that don't even have like windows and shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think that's very funny.
yeah.
So yeah, we get off the train, right? Which I think we feel like is one of the stronger areas in Zero. And we enter this training facility, and it feels like a variant of the Spencer Mansion to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in like an
Um,
underground kind of sewer area at first. You don't really know where you are, but then yeah, you crawl through go up a ladder and crawl through a hatch and you wind up in like another sort of creepy ornate mansion.
right, with marble floors, a central staircase.
Central staircase, doors on, multiple wings and doors on
Yep,
either side,
yep.
2 floors. So
The difference is that there is a creepy portrait of a bald man in the lobby, and a cutscene flashes back to this man being the same person we encountered on the train, the old man whose head fell off, and
yes.
leeches emerged everywhere. So this is James Marcus. So we're at James Marcus's training facility, and this cutscene feels, we've said this before, it feels very 2000s to me. It's like the camera's like rotating around Billy
Yeah,
and Rebecca. It's a lot of
yeah.
quick
It's kind of
cuts.
showy, showing
Yeah.
off type of thing.
Um,
Yeah.
and so you're left to wonder both as a player playing the game and the protagonist, what are we doing in this place? Who is this person? How does this relate to everything that's going on? Which feels like a good place to leave it. Probably the maybe most cliffhangery thing you could get in
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, we kind of ragged on the game a little bit, but I think the train is a high point. It's got good and bad, but it introduces kind of the key gameplay sort of loops of Zero. But
And I
yeah.
will say that in terms of, I think, amongst kind of the fandom or people who play these games, the train is for this game the most iconic location. I don't think people are like, oh, the training facility. Oh, the I don't even remember the other places now.
Yeah, for me it's the best. I kind of would have been fine if the whole game was the train. It was just one really long train. Or maybe like one like different like one long train with different sections, and you kind
Hmm.
of go through it one by one. I think that would have been cool.
Like
But
Snowpiercer.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, like a snow piercer type of vibe.
You're
So
like, yeah,
yeah.
like that snow person, Frosty.
Yeah, snow person.
It's like, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I know that. Yeah, we've ragged on this game. I just want to say that I will rag on it harder in the subsequent episodes because
Yeah, we're
I.
all downhill from here. So
No, this game, I mean, and I'll explain it, but and I know we talked about this before recording, but like this game actively pissed me off. I actively had like a bad time playing this game at times. I'm like, what the fuck? And I've played this before, you know?
yeah, if we were doing this for this project, I probably would have quit the game within the first few hours.
Yeah.
Like at yeah. What a cliffhanger for the next episode. I would have quit the game sometime during this next episode.
Yeah, it's like bet you can't
If
wait to
yeah.
listen to what's
If I
coming
wasn't
next.
if I wasn't forcing myself to play it so we could record a podcast about it. But we'll try have fun. We'll try have fun with
Yeah,
it. And I
yeah.
think there's some entertaining stuff and some really wacky shit that happens. So that'll be a lot of fun to talk about.
Yeah, and I think I'll have
Yeah.
more fun talking about it than playing it.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be like a Code Veronica type of
Yeah,
thing.
it's
So
like it's like the salt burn of video games.
yes, yeah. It's like
Yeah,
the salt for the video games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Zero equals Emerald Fennel.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like
Yeah.
if I got that tattoo, like that tattoo doesn't exist. Nobody has a tattoo that says Resident Evil equals Emerald Fennel, right? Probably not.
Maybe for good reason. I don't know. Yeah, but if you want
Yeah.
to get that tattoo and listener and send us a photo, we'll give you a shout out in the podcast.
Right. Or
Yeah.
if what if we make like some terrible bet? It's like if this episode is downloaded 100 times, I'll get that tattoo. Like somebody just downloads it like 100 times.
Yeah, I was gonna
Fuck.
say we have to put some more
Fuck.
some more restrictions on
Yeah.
it. So
A
I'll think
hun
about it. Maybe I'll think about that. I don't have
Look,
any tattoos,
you want
so
that
that
one?
maybe be a good first tattoo to get. So
Just in text.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On my neck. Resident Evil. Yeah. So
Uh,
but
as it has been this whole time, this has been hot.
I
Shit.
what kind of
Uh,
intro is that?
yeah.
As it has been the whole time. Our classic catchphrase. As it is,
As it has
as
been
it
the
was
whole
in the
time.
past, as it is now.
The once and future podcast.
The ones in future.
That makes it sound like I'm making a King Arthur thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Now I don't know how to lead it. I'm like, what do you
Well, what
uh
were we? We were gonna say Well, as always, this has been Hot
Hot zombie
Zombie Summer.
summer.
And we're off the train. We're into a building. We're gonna be back in 2 weeks to see what's going on here. See
Yeah,
what this James Marcus fella is all about.
yeah. And
Yeah.
to prepare yourself, listen to Train Dreams by Nick Cave.
Listen to Train Dreams and also watch Saltburn if you
Yeah,
want.
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's
But
better than Wuthering Heights, I think. I don't know.
I would agree with
Is it?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I think
agree
it's
with
more fun
that.
than Wuthering Heights. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wuthering Heights was
yeah.
boring.
Yeah, it
Saltburn
was
wasn't
really
boring, at
long.
least. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
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 All right.
Cool. We'll
Well,
see we'll see you in 2 weeks.
we'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. All right. See y'all later.
All right, that was another episode of Hot Zombie Summer, and we'll be back in a few weeks.
And in the meantime, check us out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hot Zombie Summer Pod, all one word.
So until next time, don't be a Jill sandwich.